book friends, welcome to my impromptu weekly reading vlog. This video is going to be shorter than an actual weekly reading vlog or an actual week-long reading vlog. Today is Tuesday and I plan on posting this video on Sunday, so about 4.5 days worth of reading. It is the end of the workday on Tuesday. I definitely need a shower. I am getting ready to change my clothes. The dogs wanted in on the video. I'm getting ready to change my clothes. I'm going to go for a walk. And I'm going to try to get some Onyx Storm recap podcasts to listen to. I started listening to the Fantasy Fangirl recap of the prologue through chapter 6. But the one I'm really looking forward to is Flights of Fantasy. And that one posted today. I have my Bookish era t-shirt on, and so I thought that this was the perfect shirt to wear for today because I have been looking forward to today for a long time because Hazelwood, she is my favorite romance author, and her new book comes out today, or it came out today. And the intro that you saw was me going downtown, downtown St. Pete, and I went to an indie bookstore called Book and Bottle, and I had a gift card. So that was exciting. I actually still have like $3 left on the gift card. And I love supporting indie bookstores. In fact, I found out this past weekend that the Barnes & Noble that is near my house, it is my favorite Barnes & Noble. I have been going there literally my entire life. Was bought by another company, and so it will be closing. And they don't know if they're going to rebuild somewhere else. I really hope they do because it's a pretty popular bookstore. It's always busy when I go in there. But if they don't, or in the meantime, I am going to do my best to support indie bookstores in downtown St. Pete. So the main book I will be reading this week in this vlog is Deep End by Hazelwood. Look at these sprayed edges. I love the blue and the purple combination. This is her first book that is a sports romance. I think it's a college sports romance. And every time she dips her toes into a new genre of romance, it is always 5 stars for me. In fact, the only thing I have ever read by her that was not 5 stars was the little novella that she wrote for Christmas on Amazon this year. Look at this interior artwork. And also in the back. And I can't wait to start this tonight. I am also reading the second book in the Stormlight Archives, Words of Radiance. I am allotting myself 2 months to read this book because I'm annotating it. I want to read it slowly. I'm listening to chapter breakdowns on YouTube as I go. I figured out if I read 18 pages a day, I will be done by the end of March. And I'll probably read more than that, so I will probably be done before the end of March. And the other book that I'm reading a little bit of is Binding 13. I'm reading this on KU. It is a young adult romance. The only reason that I'm reading it and the only reason that it was on my radar was because all of a sudden I just saw so many people talking about it in Patreons, on Bookish content videos. And I am doing a book club in a Facebook group that I am a mod in. And I decided I was going to do a romance book club because it's February and it's romance, Valentine's Day. And the group voted on Binding 13. So I'm trying to read 17 chapters of that a week. The first book club meeting for it is actually on Thursday. So then after Thursday, I will work on reading the other 17 chapters. I am reading it on the Kindle as well as listening to it. So far, it's just okay. I feel like it's very wordy. It's wordier than it needs to be. I have my first Girl Scout cookies. One of my parents of a student bought me Do-si-dos and I brought them home to eat because I like these dipped in milk. But I did have a few of them at work today for lunch. So that's it. I'm going to go put lasagna in the oven. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to take a shower and then I'm going to get down to reading, and I will give you an update tomorrow. Reading update from my car, because when I get home, I probably won't have much alone time. I just got out of work. For those of you who don't know, I teach middle school, which is a crazy subject on its own. I love teaching middle school because they are in that weird in-between stage. So if you have kids and they've made it through the middle school years, you know what I'm talking about. 1 minute you can be talking to them about very important topics and having a very adult conversation with them. And the next minute you're telling them to, like, you know, get that out of your mouth. Get your head out of your shirt. But anyways, I love teaching middle school, and normally I have a good amount of downtime in between classes. I have some classes that are free periods to grade and get stuff done. And a lot of the time I have a pretty good chunk of minutes in my day that I can read if I'm caught up on everything. But this time of the year is extra busy because I'm helping with some other classes. We are putting on a murder mystery type of a play in March. So we are working on that and practicing and rehearsing. So that, on top of February being a shorter month, I am really focusing on quality over quantity. So I did pick up Deep End yesterday, and I read about 11 chapters on page 70. And this is a really exciting reading time for me because two of the books that I'm reading, two of the three books that I am reading, are giving me the 5-star vibe right now. I had to make myself go to bed last night. I did not want to put this down. I feel like Hazelwood writes with crack. So far, so good with Deep End. Also working on Words of Radiance, another 5-star vibe. Obviously, I'm not very far. I'm only 84 pages into this book so far, but I'm loving it. I cannot wait to pick it up and read it. So more 5-star vibes. Last night, my daughter and I went for a walk. We walked around our neighborhood about 1.5 miles, and we both really like taking walks around our neighborhood a couple of times a week because, one, it's good for us. Like, we want the exercise. I want to instill healthy habits in my daughter. But both of us put our headphones on and listen to our audiobooks, and it makes the time go by so fast. Last night when we went for a walk, instead of listening to an audiobook, I listened to some podcasts. I actually listened to Flights of Fantasy. They are my favorite fantasy podcast to listen to. And their two newest episodes are both Onyx Storm related. The latest one is just, these are our thoughts, our initial thoughts after reading the book. Other episodes that are coming in the future are going to do a deep dive. And then the other one was a podcast that they did. They went to a Rebecca Yarros event interview in New York. And so they talked about some of the answers that she gave for that interview. And the whole time that we were walking, I was laughing, I was smiling. I probably looked like a fool, but I highly, highly recommend those podcasts if you like fantasy books, specifically if you like Onyx Storm and you need to talk about it with somebody. You can listen to all of their theories. Right now, I'm at the grocery store. We have the most amazing grocery store near our house. It is called Detweiler's, and it looks like you're walking into a big, giant barn. So I will show you some film of that after I'm done talking. They have an ice cream shop inside, so sometimes I like to get a little ice cream to eat while I'm shopping. Most of their produce is locally grown, locally sourced. They have an amazing produce section, an amazing meat section. Their prices are great. We have, in the county below us, we have a pretty large Amish culture, which is kind of surprising. In Florida, it's in Sarasota County. And they have a business, a store, a shop where they make food, and it's called Yoder's. So Detweiler's gets a lot of their food, a lot of their baked goods, all of their ice cream actually is from this Amish culture, this Amish community, and it's so good. They have the best free samples of cheese. They don't always have it. So when I walk in there and I see that the free samples of cheese are out, I get so excited because it's all that bougie cheese that you're never ever going to actually buy and eat, like truffle goat cheese or like some sort of Parmesan and chive, garlic Parmesan chive, something or other. Who eats that stuff, like actually eats that stuff or cooks with that stuff? I don't. But I love it when it's on a toothpick and it's just this little square, and it just, when you know that you can only eat a little tiny square of something, it tastes so much better. When I get home cooking dinner, I have some stuff that I need to do for my second job. There's never any downtime. I'm always hustling. And then I'm going to crawl into bed and try to read some more of Deep End. Let's go grocery shopping. Happy Friday. I am so glad it's Friday. I am so glad it's the weekend. I am so happy to be home. You know you're an adult when you are excited because when you come home on a Friday night, you will be there by yourself. John is going to be at our son's baseball game, and it's kind of far away, and it was closer to his office, so I decided not to go. So I'm really excited to be here by myself and clean. I want to do a whole reset downstairs, make it smell nice, make it look nice so that I can have a calm, relaxing weekend. So that's my life right now. I'm excited to be home by myself on a Friday and clean. Stopped at Publix, got some dinner that I'll make later. Gonna pop in my audiobook and just clean for the next couple of hours. I'm halfway through with Deep End. I'm absolutely loving it. I know this is going to be a 5-star. So quick rundown of what's going on here. No spoilers. We have Scarlett and her best friend Penelope has a boyfriend named Lucas. And Penelope and Lucas want different things sexually. So they decide to break up. But then Penelope realizes that her friend Scarlett, who's also her diving partner, is more of a compatible match in bed with her ex-boyfriend than she is. So she gets drunk one night and just casually mentions, maybe you guys should hook up. And of course they were like, oh, haha, no. But that like planted a seed in their head. And so now they're sort of just trying to navigate what that would look like. Some stuff has happened, but nothing has gone all the way yet. I definitely have not read a book like this ever. And I love this. Hazelwood, even though I'm only 50% in, I know that she has done it again. I'm keeping up with my 18 pages a day in The Words of Radiance. Something happened today at school when I was reading it, and I just was like, oh my gosh. I had to stop for a minute and close the book. I'll probably read some more of this tonight so that I can get a little bit ahead of myself, just in case there's a day where I don't get to pick this up. Still listening to Binding 13 on audio. We had our book club last night, lots of mixed reviews. Some people started it and could not put it down, and they've read the entire thing. Some of us read right up to chapter 17 where we were supposed to, and some people were having a struggle bus just trying to get to chapter 17. So opinions on this book are all across the board. I am about 3 or 4 chapters further than I was last night, and I have all of the same things to say. It's very slow burn, and I have zero emotion, zero anticipation for these two main characters to be together romantically. I just am not caring at the moment. The only emotion that has happened with me in this book is anger over Shannon's father and how abusive he is and the way her mom just puts up with it. So I don't anticipate this book being a 5-star, but I guess I'll just continue on. I have to. It's in the book club, and we'll see what happens a little bit further on. So before I get into my cleaning mode, I have 2 boxes to show you. February's Book of the Month box came. It has been about 6 months or more since I have ordered some books from Book of the Month. I just have not liked their selection lately. So this is not sponsored. But if you want to sponsor me, book of the month. My link is in the description. So the only reason I ordered books this month was for, well, really two reasons. I had 2 credits and I really wanted one of the add-ons, which was Rebel Witch, because I read Heartless Hunter last month and I loved it and I wanted the copies to match. So I wanted them to both be book of the month copies. But because this was an add-on, I had to purchase a book of the month as well. And I almost picked up the new TJ Klune book, but I have already read it as an ARC and it wasn't my favorite. So I went with the second best choice, and that's First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. Have not read anything by her. She's the author that wrote the Love Light Farm series. But I do think that the synopsis of this sounds pretty good, pretty interesting. And if I end up not liking it, I think I'd be able to get rid of this one pretty easy. My second box is a really exciting one. I am a moderator on a Facebook group, the same one I'm doing the Binding 13 book club with. It's called Bookmark Baddies. And the moderators did like a secret Valentine's Day gift box thing. And I received mine yesterday and I already opened it. So I'm just going to show you what I got. I have this like Lego type of a succulent. Love Legos and I love plants. But I am a plant killer, so Lego plants are the perfect solution. My secret Valentine also personalized me this glass. I do have the straw in here, but I love to drink coffee out of these types of cups at home. So I'll definitely be making a drink with this tomorrow. She also picked a book off of my Amazon wish list, and that is That Time I Got Drunk and Yeeted a Love Potion at a Werewolf. There's 3 books in this series by Kimberly Lemming, and I've read the first one, really liked it. I have the second one, now I have all of them. And I love the artwork on the cover. Kimberly Lemming actually has another book coming out very soon, and I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it seems very interesting. Candy, my favorite candy, by the way. There's also a little straw topper, which I have lots of cups with straws, but this is my first straw topper. And I think this might be my favorite thing that was in the box because it is very personalized. So first of all, there's a keychain that says, trust me, it says book lover. And also a little pouchy thing. I think this is a bookmark. But this is what I absolutely love. It is just a beaded bracelet, but it has the name of my YouTube channel, A Jen Who Reads. Again, kind of hard to see, just trust me. This is the first thing that I have ever had personalized with the name of my YouTube channel. So this is really exciting. And some more candy. So that was a nice surprise. I sent my book box off to my secret Valentine this morning. And that's what I leave you. I'm going to put on my headphone and So it is Saturday night and I'm going to close out this video, and I am in a spot that I don't usually record in, and I'm going to show you why, because I'm going to show you what I've been up to today. This is my new little girl. Her name is Athena. We rescued her and her sister today. So my boyfriend named Athena. She actually came with that name and he kept it. And my little girl, who is hiding right now, is Athena's sister, and her name is Violet, or as I like to call her, Violence. So we are hanging out with them in our bedroom for the night. We have the dogs in the other room, and we have a cage. We have a big like kennel thing, like a kitty condo that will be delivered tomorrow. So, hi Athena. We think she has some Maine Coon in her. But she was rescued as a stray down the street from our house, and we got her from an adoption center, and she's just a big lovey girl. Violet decided to come say hello. So I did finish Deep End today. 5 stars. I knew almost right from the beginning that it was going to be 5 stars. One of my favorite things about it is that, I don't think that this is a spoiler, but there was no third act breakup. It was more of a third act hiccup, if you will. Anyways, can't recommend this book enough. Can't recommend Hazelwood enough. And I don't remember if I said this in one of my other updates, but there is a cameo from some other characters from another book. So that was exciting, especially if you are a big fan of all of her STEM romance novels. So I'm going to close the video out here, and hopefully in some future videos you will be able to meet Violet. She's in her dragon cave right now. So from my future reading buddy and me, until the next video, happy reading.